Good morning. Oh my gosh, this sun. Wow. Okay, we have to do. We have to do something. Okay, that's not a good view. Wow. Okay. So the sun is coming in my office in an amazing way right now, and it's giving this incredible view. So we're just gonna get into it. We're just gonna get into it, and let's go. Come on, y'all, say with me. Wake up and where? Wake up and where? Wake up and where? What's up? Good morning, everyone. This is your girl, Dr. Najuma, and thank you for joining us on today's Wednesday's Win Word. It's Wednesday, Winsday. It's a Winner's Wednesday. And on a Winner's Wednesday, we encourage you to celebrate your wins. And so I don't know what your win is for this week, this month, this year, this day, but whatever your win is today is a Winner's Wednesday, and we want to invite you and encourage you to celebrate your win. Now, with that being said, I also have a win word to share with you today on this Winner's Wednesday that I hope will be a blessing to you. But before we get into that, let me reintroduce myself. I am your girl, Dr. Najuma. I am a pastor. I'm a spiritual life coach, do a lot of work in the area of civic and community engagement. And I am here as one who has been through a lot of challenges, a lot of trauma. But I use this platform to offer a daily win word, a weekly win word that for anyone who's gone through any major loss, to just remind you that you can recover, restore, rebuild, renew, refresh, and get back out there and win again at life. That you can go through a major loss, recover, restore, rebuild, and get back out there and win again. So that's what we use this platform for the daily win word. Is for those who are grieving, those who are going through bereavement, those who are grieving the loss of a job, the loss of a loved one, the loss of a body part or limb due to surgery. There are so many, the loss of a friendship, right? That a major loss of any kind can create grief that we have to rebuild, restore, recover from. But once we do that, we can get back out there and win. So thank you for joining us on Wake Up and Win with your girl, Dr. Najuma. And let's get into today's win word. So our win word for today is redefining self love. So I had a conversation with a young lady earlier in the week who had to make a decision about a procedure. And in our conversation, one of the things that I shared with her is that we have to begin to redefine what it means to love ourselves, right? Because self love really can be making a difficult medical decision. When we are making decisions about our bodies, about our physical health as well as our mental health, sometimes that requires us having to make difficult choices and decisions. But just because it's hard, just because it's difficult, just because it doesn't feel good, doesn't mean it's not the right decision. And that when we begin to redefine self love is making the decision that will produce the best outcome, even if it's a hard decision. As one who has gone through major loss, I had to make a difficult decision as it relates to my son when he was in the trauma unit. But it was a loving decision. I've had to make difficult decisions as it relates to my own health care, but they were loving decisions. And so I think we tend to see loving decisions that are related to loving ourselves as decisions that are welcome, that are pleasant, that are joyful, that are things that we want to do. And anything that creates any kind of discomfort or discomfort or just maybe even unsettling or fear, we tend to think that's not self-love, but it actually is. Like sometimes going through the heartbreak of a breakup is self-love. Sometimes saying I need to have this or that medical procedure is self-love. Sometimes releasing someone that you don't want to release is love. And it is definitely Self love. And so as we were having this conversation, it was like, I understand there's consternation. I understand that this does not feel like a happy decision. But if it's the right decision, if it's the healthiest decision, if it's the decision that will extend your quality of life, then it is an act of self love. And so we got through that conversation, and helping her to see it from that perspective was very helpful for her to make the decision and do what she had to do to take care of herself. And I just want to offer that that we might have to add to the definition or redefine self-love, and that self-love decisions are not only decisions that feel good, but self-love decisions are also the decisions that might bring a little pain, that might bring some discomfort, that might bring some some grief and some mourning, but that's okay. And as I mentioned before, I had to make a difficult decision as it related to my son, but it was the most loving decision to make. And I'm so very grateful for the specialist that helped me to understand that in this moment, love had to be redefined, because it wasn't the thing that I felt like I wanted to. It wasn't the thing that I felt like was easy. It wasn't the thing that felt good, but it was a thing that was right. And it was right for everybody. Wasn't not, maybe not in that moment, but it was the right decision to make. And so we have to redefine self-love. Is this decision going to improve the quality of your life? Is this decision going to improve the quantity in your life? Is this decision going to improve your mental, emotional, psychological health? Is this decision going to create greater peace down the line? Then it may be the right decision. Because ultimately, we have to look at what the goal is and where we're trying to go. And if the decision helps us to get there in the healthiest, most profound, most pleasant way possible, even if it's hard, then that's the best, most important self-love decision you can make. And so again, I had to say to her, redefine self-love. You can redefine what it means for you to love yourself. And that may include having this procedure, because you would be relieving yourself of chronic pain, chronic ache, chronic life disruption. And that was costing more than the decision for the procedure. But, and there was a healthy amount of grieving that needed to take place in the decision. There was a healthy amount of grieving that is taking place, that needed to take place as it relates to the situation. Because again, some needed decisions are necessarily wanted decisions. Some needed decisions are not necessarily wanted decisions. But she had to make the decision that would lead to her best quality of life and care for herself. She had to make a tough decision. And the tough decision, like a tough conversation, is necessary sometimes. It's necessary. A tough decision is like a tough conversation. They have to happen every now and then. And it's okay. And it doesn't take away from you and I having and living the best life possible. It actually adds to. It actually adds to it, because we're living into our authentic desires, dreams, hopes, feelings. We're living into the destiny of that. And anytime we do that, anytime we do that, it's the best self love decision we can make. All right. So thank you all. Dorian, hush. Stop yelling like that. So thank you all for joining us. My son is hollering in the background. So thank you all for joining us this morning on Wake Up and Win broadcast with your girl, Dr. Najuma. Please make sure to do us 3 favors: like, share, and subscribe. like, share, and subscribe. And make sure to join us for the next broadcast of Wake Up and Win with your girl, Dr. Najuma. And excuse my son making all that noise in the background. Mommy. Kids are hilarious, aren't they? All right, y'all have an amazing day. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time for another broadcast of Wake Up and Win with your girl, Dr. Najuma. We out, y'all. Peace.